Yo, what's good? Welcome to All Bullshit Aside, where we put all bullshit aside and get straight to it. I'm your host, Sessions from Sessions 365 TV. And today we got two special guests in the building. I'm going to go ahead and bring them on stage. They're like, hi.
What up,
now, I got my two special guests. We got Dallas LGBTQ mogul Betty Neal. And then we also got Houston native singer and songwriter DJ High Class. I don't know if you want me to say the whole High Class Chaz or just
High Class. High Class in the building. Already.
Nah, for real. What's up? I definitely appreciate y'all for coming through. Y'all doing all right?
Yeah, good. It's nice to meet you. I heard of you, DJ, but I didn't know you. I thought you were from Dallas. I didn't know it was Houston.
Born and raised. I've lived in Dallas now. July will make 2 years.
Okay. Because somebody said, yeah, I know her from Dallas. And I was like, I think we're gonna be on the pod show together, and we can chop it up like that. It's my pleasure to meet you.
Likewise.
That's what's up. That's what this all about, bringing everybody together, connecting, networking, the whole nine. So today the topic is Sue Ellens, and we're going to be talking about the racism and the fighting that go on at Friday nights. For the viewers that might be watching that don't know, Sue Ellens is a lesbian bar in Dallas. As a matter of fact, it's actually the oldest lesbian bar in Texas. So on Friday nights, they do
country.
Oh, in the country.
Top five.
So top five in the country as well. That's y'all historian, y'all LGBTQ historian up there, Miss Betty Neal. Make sure y'all check in. Y'all want to learn some LGBTQ Black history because we definitely got some. So yeah, they have hip hop nights on Fridays. It's been a lot of talk going on Facebook about or speculations anyway, allegations that they might have let the last DJ go for playing what they call fight music, quote unquote. So that's why I reached out to DJ High Class. And then, as some of you may know, just like I was saying, Betty Neal is a mogul, and she definitely has a relationship with probably everybody in the LGBTQ Dallas for sure. So I wanted to bring them together so that we can sit up and talk about what we can do to move forward so that it can be better on both ends, for us, and maybe give Sue Ellens as a whole our perspective so they can maybe better understand the culture as a whole and kind of, what we do and how we like to party and things like that. So I do want to start with Betty Neal first. And I just wanted to ask you, how did you feel when I sent you that post in the inbox about the racism at Sue Ellens?
Okay, that's fair question. I can only speak from experience, my own personal experiences after being at Sue Ellens from the very first day it opened in the 80s until the other day. I've heard those rumblings throughout the Black community here in Dallas. I think the word racism was very out of context. What I know to be factual, I'm going to tell you some facts. As the Black gay community in Dallas, we've had a lot of blessings to be at some of the establishments in the neighborhood on Cedar Springs. JR's, when Wanda had her show on JR's. It got real Black, they said, and they changed it, stopped the show. It didn't get real Black. Then we had Havana's on Thursday and Sunday. It got real Black, then they cut it off. Everybody saying, oh, they don't want Black people. They don't like our music. Sue Ellens Friday nights got real Black, but it's not being cut off. The problem is, these are facts. I can pull up statistics. The violence and the fighting in those establishments and in those areas of the neighborhood forces the business owners to jeopardize their liquor license. Too many calls and too many complaints is a violation of TABC rules and regulations. It could be anywhere from a $10,000 to a $50,000 to $100,000 fine, even a loss of license temporarily or permanently. as a business owner, if I was Mike Gwynn, the owner of Cabin Enterprises, I would not want to jeopardize my liquor license because some people don't know how to handle their alcohol. Some people don't know how to not sneak alcohol in an establishment that doesn't allow alcohol from outside in. Some people want to smoke weed on the patio, on the dance floor and stuff like that. All those things are in violation. People say it's the music and the DJ, but let me give you some more facts. They've had black DJs for years in that establishment, some of my friends. I have 2 events there every year, black DJ, black music. The same freaking music that's played on Friday is played at my events. We've never had one fight. And I'm going to say this cautiously. Education and adulting make a difference. Everybody want to turn up and have a good time, but you have to respect whatever establishment you're in. Okay, not only did the last big fight happen with all girls, it started at Sue's. It ended up in front of Hunky's, in front of the pizza place, and they tore Roy G's up. That had nothing to do with the music at Sue Ellen's, but that's where it started. So now all those businesses are like, whoa, hey, what's going on with your Friday night crowd? You know, what's going on? Because now it's pouring over into other businesses in that block, in that corner, actually, in those 4 corners. You got to think about those things. So you got to ask yourself, is it the music or is it me? If somebody bumps you by accident and you want to fight and you start pushing and shoving and then it escalates your friends and their friends and those friends, it has nothing to do with the music. There are some types of hardcore hip hop that I don't play at my events. Come in. I'm sorry, y'all. Come in. I'm going to walk with the phone. That I don't play at my events because I don't like that kind of music. Not because it's black music, because I'm black. Oh, I said come in. Because I'm black. So it's nothing to do about black music. I told you this story when you were on my podcast. I might have told it. I've told it on my podcast before. In the late 80s, I was DJing at a girls' club on Oak Lawn, close to Peckers, but it's not there anymore. It's a sign company now. And I was DJing, and the owner, it was all white club, lesbians. This is before Sue Ellen's. But we had about 20 blacks, 15 to 20 black women that always came every Friday, every Saturday. So the owner told me, she said, I'm going to go home and change clothes. I'll be back in about an hour. Whatever you do, don't play any black music. She said those words to me. And I was like, don't worry, I ain't going to play no black music. I'm playing Funky Town and stuff, old stuff, you know, disco, house music and stuff like that. But the minute she left, I put on Salt and Pepper. That first hit, pick up on this. And the crowd went crazy. Everybody was dancing, white, black, everybody. But guess what? She forgot something and came back in. Straight to the DJ booth, took the needle off the record. We played records back then. We had albums. Took the needle off the record. Yelled at me, I told you don't play any of that black music. You know, you're not gonna work here much longer if you do this again. But the crowd turned on her, the white girls, and the few blacks that were in there because they liked the music. They wanted to hear the music because it was what was playing on radios, and it was becoming, hip hop was really taking off in the non-black environments. And so she gave in. I don't want to hear a lot of it. Her thinking, I don't knock her for this because that's how she grew up. And her father was a judge. Her thinking was that, and this is ironic, I fought this for years, it's going to breed, that music will bring in more blacks than I really want because they don't drink and they don't tip and they fight. So the connotation has always been here in Dallas. But to blame it on Sue Ellen's, I think, is where we go left.
Okay. So real quick, DJ High Class, in that post that I saw, you were the DJ they were referring to. Is that correct?
I mean, I'm assuming. I don't know her directly, but to my knowledge, it was me. I don't know anybody aside from me that was there beyond that point.
Okay. So how would you describe your experience before? Well, had you ever been actually like been there before you started DJing there?
Yeah, so actually I think it was like maybe a month after I moved here. I was invited out by a friend of mine to Sue's, and at the time DJ Sheree was there. Um,
Okay.
and even then was tough because same thing, somebody bumped into me and it was a ready to fight type situation. And I'm like, yo, like, I don't mean no harm. Like, I just, it was an accident, you know what I'm saying? And so that was already my first impression just going to Sue's. So after that, I never went back. I was like, man, I'm not going back.
So stop right there if you don't mind. Let me interrupt you. Not interrupt you, but let me piggyback on that.
Okay.
You said what I said. It wasn't the music. It was the I bumped you and that now I want to fight you.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
A liquor. I've drank something that I brought in off the street, stuck it in here. Or I've done something that I shouldn't have done, which is caused to escalate. And you know, us black people, if me and my friend Daniel here is sitting here and we get one of us gets into it, we both gonna fight.
Mm-hmm.
Kroger's, well, it don't matter.
Hello.
That's what black people are. Family or gay family or chosen family or even birth family for the most part. You can hate your brothers and sisters, but somebody mess with one of y'all, everybody's gonna help. So
real quick, let me jump in.
It's the attitudes of the individuals, not Sue Ellen's per se. It's not Sue Ellen's. It's not racist.
Right. Real quick, high class. Let me ask you this. So you said that you actually experienced that. Okay. So fast forward, how did you get the opportunity to DJ?
Right. So that same friend that invited me that night brought up to me like, hey, the DJ. So back up. I found out through my friend that Sheree was going. And I was like, okay. It was like, what happened? Like, she was dope because I enjoyed my time while I was there, aside from that one incident.
Right.
I still had a good time. So I was like, okay, what happened? Why she gone? She's like, well, rumor has it that, you know, it was she was responsible for the type of atmosphere that was being created. And I was like, okay, but how? Because again, I'm a DJ, so I'm like, that's not necessarily how that works. Like, yes, we do we do set the tone, but I'm sure she's not just walking in there with the intent, like, okay, everybody about to be nuck if you buck fighting up in here all day from the moment I step foot behind the ones and twos to the moment I leave. Like, that just doesn't make any sense. So I was like, okay, well, let me go up there and see if, you know, the position is open because I'd be interested. You know, if anybody can take her place, I know that I'd be able to keep that same momentum. So I went up there. I was like, hey, you know, I was told there's a potential DJ position open. Are y'all seeking DJs? And the first I spoke with Mindy. So Mindy was cool about it.
The manager.
Right. So yeah, she's the manager. So I spoke with her. We chopped it up and she's like, yeah, like we are actually looking for backup DJs because she claimed that the roster was full at the time. She said, do you play various genres? I said, well, yeah, I can play anything. I love music. So whatever, whether it's rap, R&B, Afro beats, reggaeton, whatever, you put it in front of me, I got you. And so that's how that happened. So my first time going, she let me audition on a Sunday. And then they enjoyed me. And from that point, they just had me there on Sunday nights before they transitioned me to the Friday nights. I only got a chance to do 4 of them before they let me go for that night.
Let me ask you something so we can clear, because did they tell you because you play too much black music?
Rap music. Or, okay, let me back up. We had a in-office discussion where she was seeking to, or I guess Sue's, I can't really say who they is because I don't know what goes on behind the scenes, but someone, whomever that person in charge is, was looking to transition Friday nights from the hip hop night and make it just more inclusive than just hip hop. So she was like, well, hey, we want to hear more, you know, 80s pop, 90s pop, country, ballads, things like that. And I was like, okay, well, I have no problem incorporating those things, but just hearing that all night long, that's not necessarily guaranteed to keep folks on the dance floor. I mean,
but if we preach as the gay community, gay community of color, that we're fighting for diversity and inclusivity. That's what we're fighting for. We want to be equal. We want to be treated equal. Then we separate the non-blacks so we can have just our stuff. That seems unfair to me as well. So
but I never separated them. I could understand if I just went in there just playing trap music. But I did. I really played everything.
I understand that too. Did you incorporate some of the top 40 white music?
Yes, pop. And I took requests too. I accepted requests. Some DJs don't accept requests. I accepted requests if it fit the vibe. Now, if it was just something completely like out of the mix, you know, I may be mixing live. I'm like, well, hey, that doesn't fit right here. But aside from that, I tried my best to accommodate anyone's request, whether that was a black person or a non-black person. So
you can go to some of my friends' straight clubs. I'm not going to say the names of the owners, friends of mine, and they don't allow trap music in there either.
But I think that's a cultural thing because, like, for us,
I agree.
We know the difference between hip hop and trap music. Non-black people don't necessarily know the difference between hip hop and trap music.
But does that qualify them as being racist? I don't think so. I think it qualifies them as being uneducated to the black culture and the black music scene more so than they are racist.
I would say prejudice.
Racist.
I would say prejudice because there were definitely some times where they would come to me and be like, "Hey, don't play that song because they're gonna fight." Says who? I was in there literally one night playing Kirk Franklin, Melodies from Heaven, and they were still fighting in the back. So whether it's Taylor Swift on, whether it's Kirk Franklin on, if, like you said earlier, if they're gonna fight, they're gonna fight. And if you fighting to the Lord, then my God, that's I mean, that's on you.
It's the fights, not the music. Right. Except for heavy hardcore trap music might be. Because I don't want to hear. You want to know why me and my friends leave around midnight on Fridays?
Mm-hmm.
Because we already know what's getting ready to happen. It's going to get trappy, crunk, crowded, bump, angry, high, drunk, sneaking in liquor, smoking in the bathroom, smoking on the dance floor, smoking weed on the dance floor, cigarettes inside the club, which is all illegal against the ABC laws. And
I understood.
Cabin Enterprises as a whole is notorious for following the rules for the state of Texas. They're going to follow the law.
Yeah, so that's understood. I'm a former business owner as well. I used to own a lounge back in Houston, so that's why I get it from both sides. I'm like, okay, as a business owner, not coming in my establishment just screwing it up and putting me in jeopardy. But on the same token, you know, I'm also not going to have my staff sitting here telling my DJ what they necessarily what they're playing is affecting what's happening.
So
that was my issue.
What I think is the staff took it upon themselves to make that statement or request to you that wasn't Cabin Enterprises and that wasn't Sue Ellen's representative of the company. It might have been an individual person's feelings as a staff member.
So I heard this from multiple staff members there. Okay. I'm not gonna name drop, but
no, you don't. Not either. I'm not
either. But there were various instances of staff members saying, "Hey, don't play that because it's gonna cause." And I brought it up to the bar manager at the time, and I was like, "Hey, I don't appreciate that. While I'm in the mix, I have someone, and it's not like they're like, hey, why you blah, blah, blah? Like, you know, you raising your voice to me, and it's, you know, you playing XYZ, that's gonna get them fighting. Who are you to say that? You know what I'm saying? Like, what?
Maybe experience is a bad teacher, but maybe those type of songs in the history in the past have been where the anger builds up. I don't know.
I mean,
we don't fight when we go out.
Yeah, I can understand that certain songs have certain frequencies, so where it may affect someone mentally. So I understand that.
You high, you crunk.
Yeah, I get that. I get that.
You know, I'm just saying individually to call the entire establishment racist, that's pretty heavy for me, and that's something I can't get on board.
Right, but let me ask you this, Betty. You do understand her perspective, right? That she's speaking from experiences, and that she's actually saying that this really did happen to her. This is what she actually experienced. So, and it's not hearsay.
And I will have, I'll speak with them, and some of them are going to be on this podcast tonight anyway. I asked them to join, so they could hear her perspective.
And I've already tried to have this conversation. So I thought it was getting across. We seemed to kind of be on the same page at the time, but like I said, I don't know what happens behind the scenes, so I can only speak on what was discussed and what was said. I don't know what may have happened on the outside, so it could have been something from higher up. I don't know.
Long history of the weekend violence only on a predominantly Black lesbian night.
Right, because I was there every day of the weekend at some point, whether it was a Friday, Saturday, or a
Wednesday,
Sunday.
Thursday. The same was with Havana's. The same was with all the clubs, Mr.
So
Lava Lounge.
So let me ask you this, DJ High Class. You said you were DJing on a Sunday, and then you also said you were there on several nights. Do you feel like the nights were different, or do you?
Yes.
How?
Absolutely.
Tell me how. I'd like to know. So I believe you.
Sure. So let me back up again. So I was initially hired for Sundays. I was there maybe for the first, I want to say 2 to 3 months on just strictly. I'll have to go back and look at my timeline because I was there at Sue's for a total of 5 months. So I want to say somewhere between the first 2-3 months, I was strictly there on Sundays. The person that they had on Saturdays.
Okay, wait, pause real quick. Let me ask you this side note. What kind of music did you play on Sundays?
Anything and everything. Sundays weren't really successful because no one would really be there. So I was pretty much DJing for myself because they don't really have a crowd on Sunday nights. Okay. So I can only I could count on one finger how many Sunday nights were actually people in there because it was probably like a 3-day weekend.
You mean one hand, don't you?
I'm sorry, excuse me. Yeah, one hand. I can count on one hand. Thank you. How many times it was packed on a Sunday because it's like, oh, well, maybe the next day was Labor Day or, you know.
Okay. So, hold on real quick. I don't want to throw off her train of thought. Go ahead and say what you're about to say about Saturdays. So I just want to know what kind of music you were playing on Saturdays.
I'm trying to move quick with it. So the DJ that they had on Saturday nights, I guess, had just a lot of conflict to where she would have to call out often and things like that. So they would call me. So they would call me to fill in, which would often be last minute. And I don't know what the behind the scenes was, but they hit me up literally hours ahead of time. Hey, can you come in tonight? And I'm like, okay, like, hey, I ain't tripping. It is what it is. It's fun, cool. So I'd come in even at their, on demand. So then it got to a point where it was, okay, well, you'll do Saturdays and Sundays. And I was like, okay, well, can I do Fridays and Sundays? Because I figured, okay, well, Fridays, if I'm there, I could rock it because I know the complaints that I've been hearing. So cool, get there on Fridays, rocking it. Complaints every Friday. Hey, you doing your thing, you doing it, blah, 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 blah. And then the week of Thanksgiving, that Tuesday of that week, that's when I got the call from Mindy saying, hey, they prefer to move forward with another DJ for Fridays up until January of this year. And then they'll see how that goes. So she's like, if you want to stay on Sundays, you can. But other than that, that's all we got for you. And I was like, well, I mean, no one's there on Sunday. So you may as well. It doesn't make sense financially for y'all, one.
But you should have. See, this is where I disagree with you. I understand what you're saying, but you should have built that up the way you wanted to build it with your music and your swag and your style and created a happy hour afternoon. We used to have it at Sue Ellen's years ago.
Right, but I was only there at night. So that's what I'm saying. When you're talking about 9 to 2 on a Sunday, that wasn't, during the day, absolutely. But
my friends are in bed. They got to go to work in the morning.
Exactly. So that's why I was like, I literally would be just DJing to myself. And that was that.
Can we agree that as a whole, the Cabin Enterprise Club, Sue Ellen's Incorporated, is not racism? Some staff members might have racial tendencies. Would you say that? Or do you think Cabin Enterprises as a whole is racist?
I mean, I don't know anybody on that team to be able to genuinely say that. So I can't say that and mean it because I don't know them. That'd be a pre.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, presumption or something like that. Yeah. So no, I wouldn't say that, but based off of my experience with the folks that were working there that I saw on a weekend to weekend basis, yes, right, there were tendencies for sure.
I can say this, that because over that staff were my friends.
Okay.
Over them. So when those group of ladies came in, they had their own thing. They had their own vibe. They had their own type of music that they were hoping for to get their girls and friends in there of all colors and mostly predominantly white then, you know what I mean? And because Every club on Cedar Springs plays hip hop music. If you go to Woody's, you'll hear hip hop music. If you go to Alexander's, you might hear some softer hip hop, black R&B more so than hip hop, because it's kind of a jazzy type of situation.
Man, Betty, you know they in there playing Tootsie Roll and
They don't like there's a difference.
They don't have the fights.
Hey, so you're saying you feel like that music can incite fights? Because I feel like it don't matter what color you are, they have fights. They gonna have fights in the bar. I've done seen plenty of movies with white people fighting in the bar and they playing country music.
Fight music, I don't know what it's called, where they just jump around and spat and jump off the stage and jump off the table.
The mosh, I think it's like mosh pits.
That would make
that's what sometimes they fight and sometimes they don't, because that's literally their style. That's like part of the culture is to jump up and down.
You know me, so I understand that. I don't.
So let me ask you. So if you feel like that music can incite a crowd, then would it be fair to say that a DJ can also is crowd control? So if the music is being incited, or I mean, if the music is insightful, then it's easy for a DJ to, you know, slow it down a little bit, play one of them TLC songs or something. Why not have that conversation instead of?
I agree with that too. They should have had that conversation. They should have had those conversations. Sometimes you got to have those courageous conversations in places and at locations where you're uncomfortable. Don't just say something because you feel comfortable in your environment saying it. Let's have those courageous conversations at a sit-down table in the daytime, in the morning time, or after we close or before we open, so we can all air our views and you can understand where I'm coming from. And I can understand why you think that black music incites fights every Friday night. Alcohol, immaturity, shit like that incites fights.
Right.
I don't care if she was playing Dolly Parton all night long.
Right.
The alcohol and the crowd and the vibe and the weed and sneaking in liquor and your girlfriend touch my girlfriend, or that's my girl, don't look at her. That's the kind of stuff that incites violence. You can't handle your home life. You can't handle your liquor. You can't handle your drugs or whatever it is that you're taking. You should stay home.
Right. So, okay. So DJ High Class. So, during the 3 months, I believe is what you said while you were there, you would say that they did reach out, or they addressed you, they approached you actually and said, hey, don't play that. How many times would you say that was? And then do you remember maybe one time what the song was? Give me an idea of what song you was playing and they felt like, hey, because I mean, you know, Tom, it's 2024, so I know you didn't play If You Don't Give a Damn, We Don't Give a Fuck. See, or did you play Fuck Them Other Niggas? Because I'm down for my niggas. Like, what turned them up? Did you play Everybody Put Your Hood Up?
I play down for my niggas all the time, and there has been no fight to that. So I believe that night, I honestly can't remember verbatim, but I want to say it was Set It Off Boosie, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what it is.
That's definitely one of them ones that will turn you up, but I don't care where you at. You can play that shit at a barbecue, and your uncle and your nephew might get into it.
But your uncle and nephew are not going to lose $100,000 if the police come in 3 times or more in a certain period of time. And then fracture out on your
control that people. I'm trying to get it to translate in a way that doesn't come off out of pocket, but it's just like it's deeper than just the music. At the end of the day, like I said, I understand there's influences and whatnot, but it's deeper than the music.
Hey man, this is all bullshit aside. Hold on, this is all bullshit aside. We put that bullshit to the side and we getting straight to it, man. Tell the people what's going on. I mean, how did you feel? So what was because you know, body language is everything too. Like, what was the conversations like and the vibes like after they came up to you and said, you know, hey, because the way you explained it makes me feel like it was a little aggressive, you know, a little.
Yeah, so it was, I mean, when Mindy would approach me, it wasn't aggressive.
Right.
But some of the bartenders that were around, it was aggressive, in my opinion.
How can I have a conversation with Sue Ellens if you can't verbalize what you exactly mean and say to me. I cannot go to them this weekend or tomorrow or tonight and say, here's the list of complaints. I tried to explain it from my vision, not from their vision. This is what I observed in all the 40 years and I've been dealing with, from Kathy Jack all the way down, the very first manager, the longest manager of a lesbian bar probably in America.
No, I definitely get what she's saying. I'm sure y'all probably can have that conversation off camera so y'all can really like dig deep and get to the root, and then, you know, she'll be more expressive. I definitely understand you know why. And then we know we only got like an hour. We can go longer, but we got like a little hours, and I'm just trying to get through everything because I did want to ask DJ High Class as well. How did you, again, I was asking like, what was the vibe like after that? And then also, how did you feel when you got let go?
So the vibe after that, I mean, I did what I could do, which was try to be more inclusive. So like I said, I try to play a little bit of everything, and I play what I see. When I see it start to slow down, people starting to sit down, the dance flow clearing. Okay, hey, I need to pick it back up because the goal is to keep everybody on the dance floor. That's as a DJ, I want to see you out there dancing. I want to see you doing your thing. I want to see your friends, your boo, whoever you got with you, y'all having a good time. And that looks different depending on the crowd. You know, every crowd is tough. Every crowd not gonna rock the same way to every single thing. And that's my duty as a DJ to figure out, okay, how can I read this room right now and figure out how to keep this crowd jumping for as long as possible. And it don't matter the culture that was in there. I tried to dabble and dibble in every little thing that I could, whether it was rap, whether it was R&B, Afro beats, reggaeton, pop. I played everything. Like Halloween block party, those who were there know. Like from top to bottom, I was there. It was a little bit of everything. It's on camera. I could literally show my mix on camera. Like, hey, this is what it consisted of. This is how it rocked from the moment I got there, where it was hardly no one there at first, to the end of the night where it was body to body up in there. And we was lit, you know what I'm saying?
Let me say,
it was a cool night. And even when people did fight, I get on the mic, hey, y'all chill out, y'all need to stop, you know, to encourage them, hey, this ain't the place, this ain't the time of the place. Y'all gotta get moving with that because y'all mess it up for everybody. So it's a double-edged sword. It's like, hey, people gotta learn how to act first and foremost. If you can't go out and have decorum, you don't need to be out, period. So
I have 2 events there every year. My birthday, and then I have WET for Black Gay Pride.
I got you.
Music, black DJ, same hip hop, same all kind of music, no fights.
Well, you can't necessarily say same kind of music because you said trap is not a factor. So
well, I don't know. He plays all the hip hop shit that you play when I'm in there on Friday nights that they play.
So trap is still being played at your events. Trap and twerk music. That's typically what they're blaming as the fight music. So twerk music, trap music, that type of stuff.
He plays those things at my events and there are no fights.
Okay. I mean, every Friday hasn't been a fight while I was there. There were Fridays I made it through.
I want to help solve the problem, but you're saying the music. But if the music's played on a Friday night when I have an event there, and there's no fights, and he plays after the show, he plays all the hottest music that you'll hear at Marty's, that you'll hear at Area 111, that you'll hear at Vanetti's.
I think you may be slightly misunderstanding me. I'm not blaming the music. I'm saying that
that's what I thought she was getting at. Okay.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm the DJ. I'm the one putting out the music. I'm saying that the staff, there were certain staff members. Let me say that. There were certain staff members who were saying the music was influencing the fights. And I'm sitting here saying, how can you blame them?
They never come to me on my nights when it's all black, 90% black, and we're playing hip hop and stuff, and said, hey, Miss Betty.
I'm just the messenger. I can't speak.
I understand it. So when I present it to them, they will see where you're coming from, not just where I'm.
Right, I got you. Go ahead. Yeah, I got you. And that's where I was getting at because I played everything. I've had Asians come up to me. I've had Caucasians come up to me. I've had Hispanics like, hey, man, you did that. Thank you for playing that cumbia. Thank you for playing that Afro. Like, so to say that I just play rap, trap, twerk, that's false information. I've played everything around the sun, and I have the tapes to prove it because I've recorded my sets there.
So how did you feel? Because I believe you already answered my other question. How did you feel when they let you go?
Yeah, that was tough. I mean, I didn't take that lightly. I enjoyed my time at Sue's, despite the BS, it was fun. That was really my first club setting DJing out here. You know, like some of the biggest crowds I've had has been at Sue's, because I DJ at a restaurant bar out in Plano majority of the weekend. So coming from a smaller Black-owned, family style, cookout style place to, hey, this is a place where everybody, it's space and opportunity, and we can have a good time. Like, that was different. That was a transition, and to get that kind of just wiped away from me, that sucked, because I really did enjoy my time there, and I enjoyed the people that I had the chance to meet there. I met a lot of folks through being at Sue's alone.
So right now I see somebody posting and they were saying that it's a Black DJ that's DJ.
Hold on, both of y'all talking.
I'm asking her to look at the comments so she can respond to some of the comments on her podcast.
It's definitely not the music though. That's Black Barbie, Tammy Lee. Okay, now we're getting specific for sure.
See,
different age range. Yeah, so it is also different age range, and that's something that I want to point out too. Like, there is an age gap. There is an age difference. For your events, you may have a different age bracket that music is suitable. Whereas me, if I'm on a Friday night, I may have a blend. I may have more young, and it's up to me to be able to read that. And I blend in old school too. I play 90s, I play 2000s, and I play what you hear on the radio now. Like, that's the point, is to blend what you possibly can. Yeah. Cater to the crowd that you see. What else am I seeing? It's 21 plus for whoever asked that. Okay, that's all I see right now. I don't really see.
I was really asking that question for the show because it's her podcast to respond to the comments, but you did good on that. Very good. You got them questions somewhere, if nothing else. I see.
We worked it out, you know. But yeah, no, it's funny that you said that, because probably part of the reason why she did it as well is because I told her if she saw anything in the comments she can answer or read out loud and respond to whatever you two. So again, so you said that you were disappointed, or you were hurt rather, too, when you got laid off. Do you feel like that it could have been let me ask you, do you think it was like miscommunication between, I guess, you and the staff? Because do you feel like that maybe because they already came to you and said, hey, don't play that, or hey, don't play that a few times, if that is what happened, or even maybe that one time? Do you feel like that was like them giving you your warnings and then they just felt like they was just done with it?
That's possible. Again, I don't know who the head honcho is. Like, I don't know if this decision was coming from higher ups, or if this was strictly Mindy, or if this was strictly Mindy and staff. Like, I don't have the answer to that question to know, okay, where is this stemming from? And can we all have a conversation about it? Because the only person I was communicating through was Mindy and the bar manager at that time. I'm not sure if she's still bar manager or not, but that's who my two connects were. So if I'm talking through y'all, I'm only going off of what's being said to me from y'all, because they're only giving me so much information. So I don't know who it's coming from or if it's coming from them. But the point of the matter still remains, regardless of who it's coming from, it's a misconception on just the outlook of how it even came to play to where this is the outcome. Like, nah. So that definitely rubbed me the wrong way. I'm sure that rubbed a lot of their customers the wrong way. And it's opportunity for growth. It's opportunity for healing amongst all of us, but they got to be willing. I can't make nobody do nothing. So I can sit here all day and say, well, hey, this is what we bring to the table. This is what we would like. But it's up to them to actually
elaborate on what you're bringing to the table. Please help me out there, please.
Meaning, like, we want to support. We want to come to this establishment and be in a place that is for women by women. But at the end of the day,
okay, you know how they make money?
I'm not saying that we the money makers. I'm just saying the decision we make to take our dollar and pour it into them, we have that choice. And we make that choice to come up there and say, hey, this is my dollar. I'm going to give it to you. I gave you my dollar. Now let's, I want to know that my dollar has went somewhere. Not that I'm being looked at sideways for giving you my dollar. Like, if you don't want my dollar, then why am I here? Like, what is this place for? Why is this place designed? Is it just for a particular group of lesbian women, or is it for all lesbian women?
It's for all lesbian women who act right.
Say.
I told them, here's what I told them I would do. I would say, anybody that fights in there, I'd bar them for life. You can never come back. Never. Put their picture at the front door, never come back. I promise you things will change. I don't care what music you play.
I mean, have they been doing that? Because they claim they ban people all the time. So
they got blogs, they don't, but here's the, you said it in the mouth, and I hope Sue Ellen's listening. They don't follow up on it. They don't really go by it. They write something down and they don't even know where they wrote it at.
Gotcha. Well,
so making the music seem like the agitator when it's the controlling of the crowd is what agitates people. So you have to control your crowd. I tell people this all the time. You've got to make the event where everybody that leaves that event says, that was so fucking dope last night. You should have been at Sue Ellen's Friday night. It was off the chain. That's all you need. But when they say, when you get on Facebook and you say, did you come in the fight and this and that, and they smoking weed, and that's not a good look. They can say it's the music. For the girls that work there can say that, but I know it's more than that. But
they not
something to do with it, because they thinking that under 30 crowd have not matured enough to have. If you fight at Marty's, you're out of there. Jasper don't play. Rude Boy don't.
I don't blame him.
And man, I don't know how true that is, because I done seen plenty of people get beat up and beat somebody up at Marty's, and we back partying the next Saturday in that bitch. Like, yeah, I seen it.
I've been kicked out of Marty's, but yeah, I came back the next week because I called and apologized today.
Well, I'm telling you, they ain't calling and doing no apologizing.
Sorry. You know, everybody's gonna get thrown out. Maybe their length of time to come back is longer or shorter than others that maybe have constantly be a problem. I don't know if Sue Ellen can say fights are the same group of people. I don't know. Does anybody know?
Hold on, pause real quick. Y'all, Betty gonna be getting y'all banned from Marty. She done told these people to ban y'all and don't let y'all come back if y'all have a fight.
Sue Ellen's, I told Sue Ellen's it should be for life. For life.
Damn, Betty don't want y'all to ever come back.
Island.
Niggas can't grow.
Ain't nobody died. They ain't carried nobody out on no stretcher.
But that's a shot. If you know you got the hot spot and this DJ is DJing there, that's where you want to go. But if you've been fighting, you can't go.
Yeah.
So
you go to Sue Ellen's because it ain't nothing else to do on Friday nights. Y'all come up with some shit on Friday nights and watch how dry that motherfucker be on Friday.
It's other events around the city that go on.
But that's the problem, is that they're just like events. There's nothing consistent. They need somewhere they know. Sue's, they know that building ain't going no goddamn where. And on Friday nights, it's gonna be some people that look like you in there, even if the DJ suck. It's some people that look like you in there. You get a whole neighborhood vibe because you know it's rainbow shit everywhere. The white people drunk. Hey girl, I like your outfit. Y'all cute together. So it's definitely a vibe. You know what I'm saying? So
why aren't there more black owned clubs? You know why? Because you need about $500,000 to start.
We ain't got no money, Betty. We all know we ain't got no money. You ain't told us nothing new. You supposed to be giving us some history. We know we ain't got no money.
But I'm telling you this, and this is my house right here. This is my house. I live by myself.
Yeah.
You can't come up in here with no negative shit.
Hello.
Everybody, my friends know that. And everybody, a lot of people been through these doors. Barbecues and everything. They know the minute somebody, if I open my door and you brought somebody and I feel the negative vibe, I'm gonna say your friend can't come in. No, that's my friends. These are facts. Sue Ellen's is not. I believe you said something to me that really I believe. Individual bartenders or staff are telling you things that is their personal opinions.
Yes,
I know it didn't come from corporate Cabin Enterprises. I'm positive.
I mean, okay,
but I do it came in that a club, but not because they don't want blacks in there. They just don't want the fucking bullshit fights and stuff. And you shouldn't either. And you shouldn't either. And
they don't know who's because we all look alike.
That's why I started dyeing my hair blonde 25, 30 years ago. I was like,
they don't know how to weed us out because they can't tell. They don't know what's going on.
Put us all in a lineup and everybody going home because they don't know.
Wow, for real.
They don't know who did it. But I would like to have a conversation. I see that Elin is on here. She is now a new promoter, Black at Sue Ellen. She wants to talk more about this conversation. So why don't we organize in person, whenever you can come to town, or we can do it by Zoom, and we can all get back on here and have them on here with us. And let's hear whatever.
I do want to say that I did reach out to Mindy, and she did respond, and she just said that the timing was just off, and she couldn't make it, but that she was definitely gonna tune in. So I just want y'all to know that okay. I don't want to act like that I didn't reach out or that they declined, because she definitely did not decline. She just said that she couldn't make it and that maybe we can revisit this or whatever again. If y'all want to come on the podcast, that's cool, but y'all don't need me to have these discussions.
No. But I appreciate you doing it.
Yeah, for sure.
After you and I started becoming friends and talking, you saw a different perspective of me. Podcast, please. And I appreciate you opening up your head and your mind and showing me your world, showing me yours. And now I like this DJ right here. I think she's dope. Probably got some work for you. Just stay tuned. Send me, inbox me on Messenger.
I will.
A lot of events that I do throughout the year.
For sure.
But I think we can have a conversation, continue this with people from that establishment. And I would like to hear how they answer some of the topics and questions that she said about the way she was told, the way they said that don't play that particular. That reminded me of me playing Salt and Pepper.
Yeah, when you shared that story, that's literally what I can relate it to. Like,
that's it. Reminded me of that. But
I mean, one of them, no, two of them did come back and apologize. So I give them that. They did apologize.
Okay.
Yeah. Two of them apologize.
Okay. But I think you seem to be very level-headed compared to other DJs that got angry and talked shit. You have
no smoke.
You speak very intelligently, very precise, and I cannot tell you how much I appreciate that. And listening to you has been a bonus for me tonight on this podcast.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Likewise, I've learned a lot just hearing you, and thank you, Sessions, for putting this on. I ain't never done this before, so I appreciate it. Those who tuned in, thank y'all. Like, I don't know who has seen me DJ or not, but regardless, clearly it's an ongoing problem whether I'm up there or not. So that's something that
you're gonna be seen a lot more in the DFW area. Trust me.
That's the goal. Godspeed.
I can make that happen.
Oh, shout out to DJ Ace. I see she on there. I haven't had.
Yeah, I seen Ace on there. She's coming tune in. Ace supposed to be on the sofa. I don't know what's wrong with Ace. Come on, Ace, hit me up.
Man, Ace wanted to get on there and start preaching.
That's okay. Here's what I tell people. Some people told me not to have you on my podcast. Oh, she's controversial. I said, so?
Yeah,
I'm controversial.
I am.
If you can't accept somebody that doesn't think just like you and act like you, and you don't need to have a podcast anyway. You got
for sure.
Controversial, some confrontation, so you can have those open dialogues going forward. So I'm always walk a different path than most people.
Right.
You know, yeah. Our age, I'm 67. Y'all, what, 15 and 16?
Look, yeah. Yeah, that's what the podcast is all about, is exactly what it's called, is all bullshit aside. Is just put the bullshit aside, which is the bullshit is the back and forth and the bickering, where we not getting
that group, this person in that club, in this club. Yeah. This is a conversation with three adult females.
Right.
Mostly and so this is masculine left of center, which I'd like to get a feminine perspective on this at some point too. A soft feminine. Yeah. See how the ladies think about Sue Ellens on Friday instead of just studs. You know what I mean? I'm interested in see how they think. Barbie's on here. Black Barbie had a couple of comments. It don't
Yeah,
get
she's
Yeah, I saw her speaking too.
definitely not the music. Marty's definitely kick you out for 90 days, but Marty definitely show good hospitality to everybody.
I mean, I said that in the beginning, so I agree wholeheartedly.
Yeah. So I think we all agree on the same thing. We just got to figure out a way how to unify it and explain it and stop people from ruining the businesses that let us come and do our thing. They can only have so many complaints against TABC. And that's their jobs, and they've shut it down. They're already gentrifying Oakland, turning in high rises and all this stuff. Cabins grandfathered in. They'll be around forever because they grandfathered in. Even though they sell the parking lot or the other parking lot, there's still going to be the clubs there. It's grandfathered in with the contracts. But we might not have a place to go unless we do something off the beaten path. Rent a building here, have a party there, have a party there. You're looking for consistency to build and grow as a Black, gay, lesbian community. That's what I think.
Yeah.
If none of us have enough money to own a club, we got to work with what we got, or we got to come together and do something as a collective.
Yeah, I'm working on getting out of retirement. I don't know.
There you go.
It's a little different out here, but yeah.
That I mean, I wish I had some money. I'd buy y'all a building. I just ain't throwing no.
So would I.
Shit, I ain't throwing no parties. I do not like even throwing my own birthday party.
I do the two events because I've done 2 events for myself since I created Lesbian Pride and since Dallas Southern Pride, Black Pride before, when it was just Grambling versus Prairie View, and we had parties at the club. That club was Raps, okay? And it was packed, and that's where we created Dallas Black Pride. Everybody has events in between. Their little events. Juan has her stuff, First Family, Purple Family, Green Family, all the families.
Betty, somebody contacted me and they said they checked me and they sent, not for real, but they checked me and said that that they was the first people to come up with Dallas Black Pride. But we're gonna talk about that though.
Okay, well, if they were here in the 80s, then they was probably with me and did it because that's when we started.
Yeah, that's what
we started Dallas Black Pride in the 80s when Kurt Myers took it over. A year before he took it over, 2 years, we voted to change it to Dallas Southern Pride from Dallas Black Pride. Now, if they came and picked Black Pride up, they did it after we had it for 5 or 6 years. So these are facts, documented facts.
So let me ask you, was Ray Dyer a part of that?
Ray Dyer was a part of Black Pride after Raps. The Elm & Pearl, the Metro he had first, which was all boys, no drag queens allowed, till he needed to raise some money. And that's my friend for somebody that died, and we had to put on the drag show. Then they started letting drag queens in. They started having girl shows way after Raps. We've been done it before that.
Okay.
Ray and them had it too, yes. Our Raps was closed then. It wasn't even open anymore.
Okay. See, I'm
open back then.
Yeah, I'm giving y'all Dallas LGBTQ Black history. You know what I'm saying? A lot of this shit y'all might not know. I definitely don't know. I'm learning all this shit as I go.
We had Black Pride before the Metro ever even opened.
Yeah, we definitely was learning all this together for sure.
Yeah. So they can say that. It doesn't bother me. I have documented evidence.
Okay, yeah, we definitely got to check that out. I see we got some viewers.
Started out being the opening day of the state fair, Grambling versus Prairie View. That's how we started. That's what it was. And we just said we're going to call it Black Pride. That's how it started. And that was 88, 89.
Okay. We gonna when we do our actual interview, we definitely gonna go down through there for sure. Because we gotta talk about everything. The beginning to the end. I need to know how this evolved. You said you've been going to Sue's since it opened.
Day one. I can tell you, when I moved here in December 79, I started working at Sassy's on McKinney in January of 80 with a letter of recommendation from a gay bar in Arkansas called RD's Disco. From there,
hold on. We ain't giving them that. They got to come back. When I give Betty Neal, you know what I'm saying? Y'all got to come back to hear that. No.
10 bars prior to Elm & Pearl.
Okay. Yeah, you can't get them that right now. They ain't getting no freebie right now. No, we ain't doing that.
I'm gonna follow your rules. It's your
show. I already gave them too much with a little bit of Dallas Black Pride history.
Yeah.
I kind of gave too much.
Yeah.
Yeah. But again, though, I definitely appreciate y'all for coming on, taking time out of y'all day to actually have this conversation. I think it was a dope conversation to have because I feel like we don't talk about the elephants in the room enough. We post about it, and then you know how Facebook, or I'm gonna say social media is, period. I mean, it's not hard to get a bunch of people to yes man you to death. So and tell you, yeah, you're right. But sometimes you need to hear different perspectives so you can get a better understanding. So now maybe some people that was upset with Sue Ellens as a whole, maybe they not as upset anymore because now they understand that it was actually, you know, some staff that did it. I'm sure there's still a lot of questions that need answers.
Yeah. Saying that, matter of fact, I'm saying there's some things that we need to address publicly with the staff and the owners. Owner doesn't probably have any idea none of this is happening. He's my friend. So, and like, you need to be there. You need to be there. You need to be online if you're in Colorado on that meeting. If we have it, I'm going to set it up for sometime. It's probably not going to be till, it can't be in May and it can't be in June.
They having one already. They're having one on the 19th of May at the Pride Hall. That's what I just saw in the comments.
Yeah. That's what Elin had posted.
Oh, yeah. Yes. I got the text. Yeah. Okay. Here we go.
So, yeah, May 19th. That's the date.
So here's what I'm asking everybody that's listening. And
that's on Sunday.
Because I'm older and I've experienced life more than you guys have, so I understand this process. When you come to these functions, be prepared with your questions. Be ready for maybe a not answer you don't like. Have a answer ready to reply intelligently, and let your actions and your words speak for you. Don't speak out of anger. Let them say what they want to say. Your life ain't gonna change. Right. But you say what you got to say too. Just say it in a way that is respectful of time of everybody coming together to do it. And I think you get more across. They say you get more bees with honey.
Yeah. What she said, just articulate your thoughts.
Yes.
Articulate your thoughts. Yes. Get them together, and just, even if you got to write it out 20 times so you don't cuss or get upset, do what you got to do so you can have a productive conversation.
Upset, exit, and let it go. Otherwise, you're creating a clusterfuck.
Right.
You know, we had Pride first. You didn't invent Black Pride. We did that. I'm a prayer metro. Okay, whatever, girl. Okay. Those are not facts, though.
Yeah. See, yeah, I knew that was like a little spark. See, if we was
I don't care what anybody thinks. My background is theft mitigation. I deal in evidence and facts.
Yeah. Straight up.
Yeah. So it's okay though if you disagree with me and you want to have another way or other fabricated way that you think it went down, because that's all you know. Because when you came out, that's what you saw. That's fair to me to let them think that. It don't bother me.
Well, excuse me. I was just high side. They didn't actually say nothing, no shit like that. I was really just high siding with the. I just wanted to say,
unless you can tell me some factual shit, then it's just jibber jabberish to me.
All right.
Now, I laid her story down, the music, the dates, the time, the people she spoke to, the vibe she said, her way she was feeling, how she had the crowd, how she was reading. Those are facts.
Right.
Those are facts.
Yeah.
Nobody can dispute what she said tonight on this podcast.
Right.
What we can do is have some conversations with people to try to work it out for the future. And I think that's what we need. That I've had these little pockets of conversations before, internet and shit. We've had these meetings with white owners of clubs for years, off and on throughout the years. So this is not my first rodeo. It's just so public with the internet now. Everybody feels a piece of it, which is a blessing.
Yep. Well, y'all, it's been an hour. I'm gonna go on and wrap it up. Wrap my night up. No, I got school tomorrow. Work
Don't
tomorrow.
Me when you come down.
Yeah, I am. I'm gonna get at both of y'all when I come to town for the show and bring y'all some goodies and stuff. I appreciate all my viewers out there for tuning in. I appreciate everybody that liked, shared, comment, all of that. Make sure y'all tune in Wednesday. Wednesday, same time, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. I will be having PT on the show. We're going to be live. If y'all don't know, you will know, but PT was at Havana's. He was at on Thursdays, on Sundays. Yeah, you know, PT did his thing. So y'all definitely tune in. Wednesday, we're going to holler at PT, and he going to tell his truth right here on All Bullshit Aside. And we out.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it.
All right. Thank you.
All right.